recording also. Okay, good. So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I should go to my email. Then download Shermain search. This one, right? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Second. Second of. Is this the one?
Wait. No, that's not the one.
Oh, not the one. So then which is the one? This one, right? 6.3. Is this not the one? I think this is the one. Because this is the latest one. What? How come you make me confused? You don't even know which is the one. This is the one, 6.3. Unless you have another one. It has to be this one. Okay?
So that's like last week's.
You look at what you sent me now then. Hello, here. Wednesday. This is the one. Unless you send me the wrong one. Did you send me the wrong one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, no? So, your problem, no? So what are you waiting for then?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
What do you mean by okay?
I sent it over.
Okay. So let's look at the first question. Hold on, let me connect my writing pad. Okay. The writing pad is ready. Okay, good. So over here, you have the question 1, 0.44% of 150. So what you do at first is you change your this percentage to a fraction, right? So then you times what? you times 100. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then you get 4400. Okay. Then you hold on. Okay, then you times them together. So your 44 is let me get my calculator out. Do I have a calculator here? Let me see. Let me go and do a search for calculator. Okay, I have. Can you see my calculator? So I should take 44 times the 150. Okay, 660. Okay, then divide by 2, then divide by 2. Okay, good. Good, next. Then 100.5% of this. So 100.5, then you change it to fraction first. After that, you times 10. After times 10, then you combine them together. Then you divide by 100 first. Then you divide by 5. Then 2613. So 2613, how do you get it? Let me see. Eh? How come your this one is so short? Wrong. Because your this, I couldn't see your this. Can you do it right now? Can you show me the long division? Your long division is too short. Can you show me the long division again?
Yeah.
On a piece of paper. Send it over WhatsApp later. Oh, I see you have the 1 here. Then I see you have the 3 here. You sent over already?
Yeah.
Okay, because I hear a sound. Then 0, very good. Then 6. Ah, good. So this is the thing. Okay, good. So since you have this one, right? Okay, now it comes to this part. So over here, so you have something like this. Okay, so with this, I want to talk about this once again. Okay, so this is called the divisor. Okay, so this is called the can you tell me the name for this? What's the name for 1306? Hello, I'm waiting for your answer. We start with Q.
Quotient.
Ah, I need to test you already. Quotient. Then what about the last one here?
Remainder.
Very good. Okay, in case you cannot, can you still remember what's 2613? What's the name for 2613?
What?
This 2613. What's the name for this? 2612. Dividend. Okay. If I can remember, you're supposed to remember. Okay. So with all this, right? Okay, with the names label. So what you can do is, can you still remember the QR? QR code. So it's QRD in this case. So
Yeah.
with this, which one is your Q? The Q is 1306. So 1306. Okay, so which one is your R? R is 1 in this case. So which one is the D divisor? So it's 2. Okay, so that's how you can get your answer here. All right. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm trying to discuss here is this. So first thing first, you need to label all this correctly. Okay, you need to label all this correctly. And after that, make use of this QRD, then you can actually get the answer here. Okay, good. Good or no good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so next. You sent me two questions only. Shermain, how come your this PDF is only has 2 questions only?
I sent the whole PDF.
You sure you send the whole PDF? If you send
no.
the whole PDF, how come it's only 436K? You open, you
Wait.
see? You open, you see?
Wait, let me check.
Done? Hello, you sent already.
They won't let me.
Then you send over here. Okay.
They say when I wanted to send again, right? I checked the PDF again. The one on Genius Scan. I checked it. I got scanned all. And then I tried to send it again. They said the file doesn't exist.
The file what?
The file doesn't exist.
Then you send to yourself, or you send over here if you can.
Yeah, they won't let me send over.
It's very strange, Can you send over WhatsApp? Do you know you can share, you go to Genius Scan, you can share, like you share through email, you can share through WhatsApp, or you can share through whatever apps. You use your phone, right?
Yeah.
So you, instead of sharing through email, you can share through WhatsApp. See if it works. Or did you delete the work already?
I didn't.
Then you share through WhatsApp, or you share through Zoom or whatever. Cool. Do two. How come you never share with me the right thing this time round? How come you must give me something wrong every single time? Are you sharing?
Yeah.
first place, you need to change it to PDF. We have been using PDF.
Yeah, because this is another app.
What app you're talking about? Is Genius Scan, is Genius Scan.
No, Genius Scan won't let me send over the work.
Genius Scan doesn't allow you to send.
Yeah, when I want to send the original work, right, it says file does not exist.
How come last time you can? How come this time around you cannot?
I don't know. I can retry, but yeah, just say file doesn't exist.
You don't explain to me what is your problem. If you have problem, you can solve it now. Okay, good. So we should be looking at question 4. So once again, so you change this to a fraction and change it to whole number, and then you times them together. And okay, good. 76. And convert 2.05 to a fraction. So you convert it to a percentage first, then you divide. Where is your long division? Where is your this long division? Minus mark.
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, then okay, so anyway, I'm looking at this one. So there is no long division. Can you see? Where's your long division to get this answer? I don't see it. So you must show your long division. That's why I minus mark here. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, every step. Okay. I'm at question 5 already. Okay, good. 1.24 to percentage. So you times 100%. Then you get 1. Okay, good. So this is your step. Very good. So you move to the right. Okay. Good. Next. I'm at question 7 already to a fraction. So you change to a percentage. Good. Then divide by 5, divide by 5. Where is your long division once again? So once again, you never show me the step. Okay, did I not make myself clearly? Show your steps clearly. Do you see the question here?
Yeah.
Then I told you you need to show me the long division. So 2 questions, you never follow instructions. Okay. Now change this to decimal. So what you do, you can actually change it to fraction first. Okay. If not, what you can do is you divide by 100. So you move 2 decimal places. Okay, good. Okay, good. This is I'm at question 9 already. So question 9, you first change to meter. So this is meter. This is meter conversion. So this is a double conversion. Very good. So count the 0. So, all right, then divide by 10, you get this. Divide by 10, you get this. You divide by 5 once again. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Next, is this a double conversion? I think so. Yeah. Hour to seconds. So it's double conversion. Then you divide by 2, you divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, you divide by 9, you divide by 9. Can you divide by 9? Yes. So the answer is this. Very good. Next, this is a single conversion. Okay, good. So divide by 5 is good. Divide by 2 is good. Yep, simplest. Over here, what you have is this is a double conversion. Okay, so you divide by 10, you divide by 10, you divide by 5. Very good. Okay, so ratio, you are doing good. Next, over here you change the percentage to this first, then after that you change it to decimal. Okay, so decimal, you times 1000 to whole number first. Very good. Then you divide by 2. Then, yeah, okay, good. So this is the thing. Very good. Next, what do you have here? So you have a percentage. Then you change this to, wait. Percentage, what you need to do? Hello? Shermain,
Yeah.
for percentage, you need to change to what first? Before you times the 1000. Is this the question? Are you looking at the question?
Yeah.
So for this 28 over 5%, let me see. So whenever you get the percentage, can you see here?
Yeah.
So what you need to do? So when you have a, are you looking at my question?
Yeah.
So for 13, you are given percentage. What you do? You change it to fraction first. Then you change it to decimal. So for this question, you should do what first? You are given in percentage. So what you should do
Maybe
first?
I'll find the decimal.
Wait, you explain to me. You are given a percentage, what you need to do next.
Find the decimal.
Yes. You did not do anything. You did not change this to a decimal. Okay. Percentage, always change it to what first?
Decimal.
Before decimal.
Fraction.
Change to fraction first. After that?
Then change to decimal.
Yes. Then change to decimal. And you did not do that step here. Can you do it
Then
on? Can
you times.
No. You did not even do it correctly in the first place. Can you go ahead and do this question on a piece of paper? Before you do it, look at the screen. Are you looking at the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you have done here is you straight away go and times the 1000, which I don't understand why. What should be your first step? Hello?
Change to decimal.
Before you change to decimal, how many times do you want me to explain to you? What's your first step?
Change to fraction.
First. Then?
Decimal.
Okay. Can you do it on a piece of paper? I don't understand why you go and times the 1000 straight away. I don't understand. Are you doing it on a piece of paper now?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this conversion, so it's 28/5%. So you divide by 100, right? Or you can write it this way. You don't write it this way, you can write it this way. Divide by 100. Then you use your calculator. Done? Send me already.
I sent it.
Can you see?
Yeah.
You sure 28/5% is 5.6? What did I say just now? Can you see my screen? 28/5%, okay, is equal to 28/5 divided by 100. Okay. Or you can write it this way, 28/5 bracket over 100. Are you looking at the screen?
No.
Okay. Let me go to the PowerPoint. So that means you still have problem converting from percentage to decimal. You still don't understand. You get it right, you are lucky. If you are given 20.2%, how do you convert first? You convert it to?
The fraction.
Yeah, fraction first. How do you do it?
20.2 over 100.
Okay, so what you have is, pay attention, you have a 20.2 here, right? And then you have a percentage here, right? So your first step is to convert this to a fraction. So how do you convert to a fraction? You convert to a fraction, that means you take the 20.2, that means whatever is in front of the percentage, you put it in the numerator, and then you divide by 100. Okay, so similarly, so if I give you 15%, So how do you convert to fraction? How?
15 over 100.
So you take 15 over 100. So basically what you do is you take the 15, whatever is in front of the percentage, you put it as the numerator. Can you see it? You put it as the numerator and then you divide by 100, right? Okay, so since you have been doing it this way, what if I give you this 13 1/3%? How do you convert this into fraction then? How?
13 1 over 3
13 1 over 3 and then?
over 100.
Yes, over 100. So similarly, the question just now is 28 over 5%. So how do you convert this to fraction?
38 over 5.
28 over 5 on top, put a bracket and then?
Over 100.
Over 100, yes. So can you do it? Can you redo this question? So once you're finished, then you send it over. Okay, Hello. Okay, before I
Yeah.
look at your answer, I just want to elaborate a bit over here. I want to elaborate further for this one. Okay, let me get this to the next slide. Okay. Okay, are you looking at my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Focus, pay attention. Okay, over here is very important. So over here, right, I'm just wondering, how do you key this into your calculator? How to key this into your calculator? Okay, so before I talk about how you can key this into your calculator, let me ask you a question here. So basically, you are given this 28/5%, right? So your first step is you convert this into a fraction first. Okay, can I ask you, why do you need to put a bracket here? Why?
Because that's the fraction.
Then how come below I never put a bracket? How come I put a bracket on top only? How come there is no bracket for 100? So that means my question is, what is the difference between the 28/5 over 100 without the bracket? So this one is with the bracket, can you see? This one is with the bracket and this one is without the bracket. Is there a difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Of
There's
course,
one without.
the appearance, besides the appearance, okay, the appearance over here with the bracket, over here without the bracket. So that's the appearance. So besides the appearance,
The second one looks like one fraction. Like
okay, okay. So okay, maybe I should explain to you what is the main difference besides the appearance. Okay, over here, if you look at this one, right, the
Yeah.
first one on the left, with the bracket, right, with the bracket, what you are telling the calculator is 28/5 is
Yeah.
is one thing. With the bracket is one thing over 100. Okay, but on the right, right, on the right without the bracket, on the right without the bracket, what you are telling the calculator is it can be this. It can be 28/5 over, okay, or your calculator can see it as this. So basically, right, your calculator can see it this way. 28 over this one. Okay, that is one way to look at it. Okay, the other way to look at it is this. The other way to look at it is this. Your calculator can also see it as this. Okay?
Yeah.
So your calculator can see it as this one. Okay? Yeah, I already circle it with this color already. Okay? Or your calculator your calculator can see it as this. Okay? So it's quite confusing to the calculator. But what you really want is which case?
Hold on. There's a delivery.
Then you just ask him to put things outside lah. Then you collect it later lor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I was talking about the difference between these two.
Yeah.
So for the one on the right without the bracket, it can be
Yeah.
case 1 here, it can be case 2 here. So your calculator doesn't know which case you are talking about. So which is the case in this question? Which is the case in this question? Is it case 1 or case 2? Huh? I'm asking you, case 1 or case 2? The bracket is on the numerator or the bracket is on the denominator?
The numerator.
Correct. So without the bracket, that means over here, this over here, you did not put the bracket, right? So it's very confusing to the calculator. So the calculator actually doesn't know whether you are talking about case 1 here, the bracket is on the denominator, or case 2 here, the bracket is on the numerator. So therefore, you don't want to make things confusing to the calculator. That's why you need to force. Okay, that's why you need to put the bracket where you want the bracket is. So you put the bracket on the numerator to tell the calculator, oh, my bracket should be on the numerator. Okay. So similarly, if you're having another question, so let's say you have 12 over 5. Okay, I don't need to put a bracket here. And you put a percentage sign. So what you need to do, you need to put 12 over 5 bracket first over 100. Okay, to tell the calculator, the bracket must be on the numerator. Okay, so now let me look at your answer. Here is your answer, right? Yes. So basically you put the bracket here. And of course, before you put the bracket here, you need to change this to let me see, you need to change this to a fraction. So this is the fraction, and then this is the fraction. Change to fraction already, change it to decimal number. So this 50 over 2 is 25. Very good. Then you change it to whole number times 1,000 times 1,000 divide by 2 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 divide by 2. Yes, good. Have you checked whether your 3125 divided by 7? Can you?
Yeah.
So can you divide by 7 further?
No.
Okay, good. So if you cannot, so this is the answer. Okay, so very good. So I have explained to you how you can do such question. First thing, given a percentage, change to fraction, change to decimal. Okay, not times 1,000 first. No. Okay, so next. Add 45 to the product of this. So the product is this. So you add. Yeah, very good. So subtract z from 45. So from, right? Can you see from?
Yeah.
So from means 45 start first. Okay. Okay, the product of this is A4Y. So the 4. Okay, can I ask you why the 4 is in front? I explained to you last time. Yeah.
The 4 needs to be in front.
Yeah, I asked why. I asked you why.
Because the the order of the order, right? The number.
Continue. Oh, you were on the right track. I don't know why you suddenly keep silent.
The order. The For the order, the number always have to come first.
Okay, so basically, right, let's say given x, y, and 12, right? So you are doing multiplication, okay? So when it comes to multiplication, the numerical value, okay, has to come first, okay? So this is the explanation, okay? So I hope you know the explanation behind, okay? When it comes to multiplication only, okay? So when it comes to multiplication, okay, not other things, multiplication only, for the order, the numerical value has to come first, okay? Next, divide x by z. So by z means below. Huh? How come your z is on top? By z ma? Divide x by z ma? By z means below ma, the z.
Yeah.
How come your z is below? I mean, how come your z is on top? By ma? Okay. Okay. By means below. B. Okay. Okay. Divide x by z. Okay. So by z means below. Okay. 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 Subtract z from the product of this. So I need to see the product of this first. From, can you see from? So if from, right? Which one start first? Hello?
Yeah.
Which one start first?
From the,
So basically, if you are given this question, okay, so subtract z from product of x and y. So you have two parts. For this statement, you have two parts. Number one, z is the first part. I mean, z is one part. Product of x and y is the other part. So what you do, you write down first z, product of x and y, you have no problem, right? Can you see?
yeah.
Then after that, look at this. From. So which one come first?
X and Y.
So x and y come first. And then after that, subtract, right?
Yeah.
Subtract means minus. Subtract what? Z. So this is the answer. So do you not read from? From means what? Start first. Right?
Yeah.
So from x and y, right? Am I right? From x and y, so that means you start with x and y or z first. Are you looking at my screen?
Yeah.
So from x and y, so which one start first?
X and Y.
Yes, because start x from x and y, so you start with x and y. So the question here is very simple. From, can you see? From.
Yeah.
Okay. So from here, what is this? Product of x and y. So you write the x and y first, then subtract the z. From, can you see from? Can you see the word from?
Yeah.
So from behind is product x and y, so x and y is here. So from x and y, so x and y must start first. Then I subtract the z. You take the z, you start with the z, right? Can you see you start with the z here?
Yeah.
Did the question say from Z? Did the question say from Z?
No.
So if the question never say from Z, how can you put the Z at the start? Simple? Simple or not simple?
Yeah.
You look at the above question. Over here, can you read this question? Subtract Z from 45. So which one start first? Subtract Z from 45. Which one start first?
$45.
Why 45?
Because they say from 45.
Correct. Then here, this question. 19. Subtract Z from the product. So from what? From X and Y first. So which one come first? X and Y come first. Okay? So once again, from. Can you see from?
Yeah.
Not buyer, from. So if from, right? Can I ask you which one come first? Can you see from? Is it from or buy? Let me look at the question. 20. Wait, buy leh? Buy leh? Can you see? Can you see the question here?
Yeah.
Can you see the question here?
Yeah.
Is buyer, not from. You don't anyhow change my question. Can you see here? DYX buyer. Can you see?
Yeah.
Buy. So because it's going to be different. If the word here is different, it's going to be different. So this question is buy. So buy means below. What is below? Product of Z and C is below. So you write like this, below. Buy ma? Buy means below. Cannot.
Oh, okay.
Then what if from? Let's say I take your question from. So how is this answer different? It is
So Z
from.
and C is on top.
Correct, because from means you start with this first. But anyway, normally they will never say DYX. Okay, can. But remember, from means you start first. So you start with Z and C on top, and then of course below is X. Okay, so from. Next, add 60 to the sum of this. So add 60 to the sum. So what is the sum of 45 and what? I cannot read this.
Sum of 45 and X.
Okay, so that means there are two parts for this question. This is the first part, 60 is the first part. The second part is this sum of 45 and X. So what you're going to do is you are going to write down the 60 here. And then you're going to write down the second part, which is 45. Sum means add, right? Am I right or not? Sum means add. So 45 and X. So what you do is you add 60 to the 45 plus X. So what are you going to do next? You are going to simplify. Do you know you need to simplify this?
Yeah.
So you open the bracket. How do you open the bracket here? Okay. So since it's plus, so you just open it this way. And then after that, you end up with 60 plus 45, 105 plus X. So the answer should be 105 plus X. This is not the simplest form because you need to open the brackets and then you go and combine the similar terms. Okay? Ken?
Okay.
This one is okay. 22. Let me see. 22. Okay, good. Over here is our opening bracket. So, first arrow, good. Second arrow, done. This one, first arrow, 12Z, second arrow, done. In between, minus sign. Very good. This one, first arrow, 5. Which one is your first arrow? Y is your first arrow. How come? How come the first arrow is so funny? Okay, you answer me. How can the Y be the first arrow? I thought the Y is here, right? The Y is after the Z, right?
Yeah.
So if you read this question, which one comes first? Z or Y?
Z.
So that means this should be the first arrow. Then of course this then will be your second arrow. How can your Y be the first arrow? I thought the Y is behind. Does it make sense?
Oh, okay.
Does it make sense to you or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means similarly for this question, 23, you should be looking at 23. Can you say that the first arrow is the Y? Can you say this? Cannot.
No,
Why not?
because Z comes first.
Correct. Then similarly, then how can you say the Y is the first one? Y is clearly behind the Z, right? In this case. In this case, Y is clearly behind the Z, right? Then how can the Y be the first? Right? And then can you not see the Z is clearly in front? And I don't understand why you say Z is the second one. Doesn't make sense. Okay? If you cannot tell me the order, right? I think you have big problem. Which one comes first? Which comes second? Or it's just like the you are talking about a queue. Like you're talking about something in a queue. Okay. So let's say I have a square. And then you have this one. And of course, I can have a lot of other things. Can I ask you which one is the first?
The square.
Yes. Why? Because this is clearly the first one, right?
Yeah.
So it's very, I would say this is very intuitive. It's like, I just need to read the order. Then this is the second one. And then of course, this is the third one. Am I right?
Yeah.
You will not say, this one is the first one. Then this one is the second one. This one is the third one. Right? You will not say like this, right? You will not say in this order, right? Because it doesn't make sense. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the correct order. Okay. Okay. So before we continue, go and take a 5-minute break. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. So the order is important when it comes to opening the brackets. Okay. So the order is very important. Next. So divide by 5. So by 5, right? So by 5 means the 5 is below. Then you see, I don't know why your first is 15. I also don't know why your Y is second. I don't know why your Z is third. Does it make sense or not? Look, are you looking at the screen or not?
Yeah.
Does it make sense for this question?
No.
So can you do it on a piece of paper now?
Okay.
And by the way, okay, can you look at the screen now?
Yeah.
So once you identify the first, second, third, right, and they are divided by they are separated by a plus. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this. Let me go to a PowerPoint. Before you do anything, Just pay attention to the screen first. So what I'm trying to say is this. Let's say you have x plus y plus z bracket times 5. Okay, so what you need to do is, this is your first bracket. Am I right? Oh no, this is your first. Am I right? Hello?
Yeah.
Then this is your second, right?
Yeah.
Then this is your third, right? Then can I ask you, what is the result for first? After first, what's the result? What's the result after first?
5x.
And what's the result after second?
5y.
And what's the result after third?
5z.
And then in between, you need to fill out with,
Plus.
can you not see? They are separated by plus. Okay, so this is for this question. So just now the question is z plus y plus x. And over here, instead of times, you have dy. So can you do it on a piece of paper?
Yeah.
And send it over to me by WhatsApp. Okay. Good. Okay, so you have the first z divided by 5 over 5, then y over 5, then x over 5. Okay. Okay, Ken? Good. Oh, okay. Let me, okay, so you have z over 5, y over 5, then x over 5. And what do you see? They are separated by plus. Okay, can I ask you a question? Do you see that you have common denominator?
Yeah.
So when you have common denominator, what you do? You can combine the top one, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if you are given 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5, what you do? Can you see you have do you see you have a common denominator, 5?
Yeah.
So what you do? You can combine the numerator, right?
Yeah.
So when you combine the numerator, in this case, 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. So your answer is 3 over 5.
Yeah.
So given this logic here, given this logic on this page, so can you see that you can combine the z plus y plus z plus y plus x into a single term on the numerator. So this should be your final answer. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So basically, this one you still have to combine if you have similar, if you have the same denominator. Okay?
Yeah.
If you have the same denominator, you cannot separate them. If you have the same denominator, you need to combine. Okay? So the final answer should be z plus y plus x over 5. Okay? Next. Then here, what it is. So first, second. So this is the first, this is second.
Yeah.
Minus 4z plus 25. So this is 63. Okay, good. Wait, this is 4z or 42? So Shermain, so next time, if you think that someone will come back and disturb you, right? I want you to go to the so-called, do you call it the storeroom? Okay. If not, I find it very distracting. Okay. Can?
Okay.
So I don't want to entertain. If next time you're not doing our lesson in the storeroom, I'm not going to have the lesson with you until you go to the storeroom. Okay. I warned you last time already. So this time I'm going to warn you again. So the next time, please go to your storeroom. Okay. Can?
Okay.
Can? Good. Okay, good. So over here is 4z. So in order for you not to confuse, right? So next time I suggest you write 4z as this. You put a little. Can you do something here to differentiate your 4z from your 42? Can? Shermain, you muted yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, your 4z, your z, you just put something here so that you can differentiate from your 42. Can? Can or not?
Yeah.
So I know that. That's why. Okay, so there are a few things. 42 versus 4z. So your z, you should add something here to differentiate. Then of course, then there is another one, 4x versus 4 times. Can you see it's very similar, right? You know what I do? This is 4x. Okay, this is 4 times. Let's say 4 times y. Okay, this is 4 times y. And this is 4 times y times 4 times x times y. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to differentiate the two. Okay. So next. This one, you have the first arrow, you have the second arrow, then after that you have this okay, here comes the part. Over here, can I ask you, this one is here, right? After opening the bracket, right?
Yeah.
Then can I ask you, do you think you need to put a bracket here? Or can you suggest your mom to go to the storeroom if your mom wants to speak loud or continue the call so that the background noise is not this much?
Okay.
Can you gently tell your mom? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So over here, actually, I purposely give you this question. Over here, you don't have the bracket. Let me tell you the importance of the bracket. Okay, so let me start off with this. So let's say you have 1 times a plus b minus 2 times C plus D. Okay, so this question is important. First thing first, you have the first part and then you have the second part. And these two parts, they are separated by a minus sign. Am I right? They are separated by a minus sign. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what you need to do is you need to solve the first part first. So first part is very simple. First arrow, second arrow. So you end up with A plus B. Okay, that's the result of first part. Now move on to the second part. So for the second part, you have the first arrow, you have second arrow, you have 2C, and then you have plus 2D. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what you're going to do next is they are separated by a minus sign, right? They are separated by a minus sign. Am I right? Am I right or not? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, because minus sign, am I right? So the first part, okay, so basically first part result is this. Second part result is this. And then you have the minus sign here. Then of course you need to bring down the minus sign. But here comes the important part. Can you not see that? This is your second part result. The entire thing is your second part result. Am I right? This entire thing. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yeah.
So if this entire part is the second part result, right? You need to put a bracket here. Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
So if this 2C plus 2D is the entire, is the result for the second part, you need to put a bracket to tell people, oh, 2C plus 2D is my result of the second part. So now when it comes to this, then you need to do simplification. You need to open the brackets because this is still not the simplest. You need to do the simplest. So how do you do the simplest? Okay, let me clean it up first. So you will end up with this. So to clean up, you need to do first arrow, and then you need to do second arrow. Okay?
Yeah.
So A plus B, copy down. So the first arrow, what do you get? Minus 2C. Can you see the first arrow? Minus 2C. Can you see it or not? This is your first arrow for the first, for opening the bracket. So after the first arrow, what do you get? So after the first arrow, what do you get?
Minus.
Minus what? Never mind. Let me go to the next. A plus B minus. Okay, there's no bracket here. 2C plus 2D. So first arrow, second arrow. Okay, so I copy down the A plus B. So after the first arrow, what do you get? Just read the question. After the first arrow, what do you get?
Minus 2C.
Okay. After the second arrow, what do you get? You should be looking at this.
E. Plus 2D.
No, how do you read the second arrow?
Minus 2D.
Minus 2D. And can you see that can you see that you have a plus sign here?
Yeah.
This plus sign is for you to separate what? This plus sign is for you to separate the first part and the second part. I mean the first result and the second result. So your first result is this one, right? This is your second result, right? So the plus sign is for you to separate the first and the second. So you need to fill it up with the plus. So far so good?
Yeah.
So now, continue. A, copy down, plus B, copy down, minus 2C, no problem. Now comes to the part. Can you see that you have a plus minus here before the 2D? Can you see this? Can you see you have a plus minus in front of the 2D? Can you see it here? Hello.
Yeah.
So how? Plus minus.
Uh,
Plus minus becomes
minus.
minus. So therefore, this is the final answer. So before I continue, I just want to show you the table once again. Plus plus you get.
Plus.
Plus minus you get.
Minus.
Minus minus you get.
Plus.
Minus plus you get.
Minus.
Very good. So basically, same you get plus. Okay. Then of course different you get minus. Okay. So let's do one more question. So let's say you start with 2 times a plus b minus 3 times b plus a. Okay. So your first step. Okay. Can you do this question on a piece of paper?
Okay.
Maybe I should make this way. Once you are done, you let me know, okay?
I sent it over already.
Sure. Okay. So before I look at your answer, can you just look at the pay attention to my screen? Can you see
Yeah.
the one I type out? Let's not look at this. Let's look at the one I type out. Okay, so I think you already know the way to do this is first thing first, you need to so basically this is your first arrow. This is your first arrow, right? Right? Okay, this